Okay, so we have just done finding the equation of a line if I throw you a red ball and a blue ball. If I throw you the slope and the y-intercept. I might give you the slope and the y-intercept in words, or I might give you the slope and the y-intercept in a graph. So that's finding the equation from a graph or given the slope and the y-intercept. Next, we are going to find the equation of the line. We're doing exactly the same thing, but we're given different information. We're given a point and the slope. So we're still given the slope. We're still given a red ball, but now we're given a green ball. So we've just been given different information. So if we do this, we will do slope-intercept form or point-slope form. That's another way to do the same thing that it's going to be in lecture 12. So let's just do lecture 11 first, since that's what we're on. We are going to use slope-intercept form. Now always remember, your first step, no matter what, is to find the slope. Then my next step is going to be to find b. So let's look at this next problem. The slope is -1 and the line passes through the point 3, -2. Okay, so the first thing I do is find the slope, and I've got the slope. That was easy. Don't take it for granted though. Make sure that you're always looking for the slope first. Now what do I do? Can I say b equals -2 because I have a -2 in the y spot? No. If I had a 0, -2 for my point, I could, but that's just a random point. That's not a y-intercept. So what we do is we use our equation y equals mx plus b. Because I know m. I know that m is -1. And I'm also given a point. I'm given the point 3, -2. So that tells me that x is 3, y is -2. So I can put 3 in for the x, -2 in for the y, -1 in for m, and then the only thing I don't know anymore is b. And so I can solve for b. So let's plug in everything we know. We have y equals mx plus b, or y, which is -2, equals m, which is -1, times x, which is 3, plus b. I just plugged in 3 and -2 for x and y, and -1 for m, excuse me. So that gives me -2 equals -3 plus b. Add 3 to both sides, and b equals 1. So the equation of the line is -1x plus 1, which a more simple way of writing that is -x plus 1. Y equals -x plus 1. Now I've written this in the instructions on your homework, but I'm going to reiterate it here. When you're doing your homework, do not graph to find the equation. That little graph there is there for you to check your work. Now I've given you an answer key, so you can check your work against the answer key. But I want to show you that you can just graph this and it's self-checking. So let's graph this line, y equals -x plus 1. Now when I graph something, what do I put on the graph first? Do I put the slope on first or the intercept on first? Okay, good. I always put the intercept on first. There's that 1. That's my y-intercept is 1. Now my slope is -1, so that's down 1 over 1. Now that's not going to make a very accurate line. So let's do some more. Down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. Okay, we've got a lot of down 1 over 1s. Now when we run out of that, we want some others. We're going to go up 1, back 1, up 1, back 1. Now that will give me a very nice line. Now let's see if it matches my information. It says that, let's read the question again. The slope is -1. Does that look like it has a slope of -1? Yeah, in fact, I know it does because I did down 1 over 1. Now, does it pass through the point 3, -2? Let's see, let's go over 3, down 2. Yep, that point's on the line. So I can check my graph against that black question that was written, and if they match, then I've done it right. I don't even need an answer key, even though you've got one. Okay, the slope is 3/4 and the line passes through the point -4/5. Pause the video and do this one on your own. All right, first thing you do, no matter what information you're given, is look for the slope. And it was given, the slope was 3/4, so we've got that. We've been given a red ball, but we've been given a green ball, not a blue ball. We've been given just a random point. So we want to find B, we want to find blue. So we're going to plug everything we know in. Y equals mx plus b, and I promise this fraction's not going to bother you for very long. I'll put 5 in for the y, 3/4 in for the m, and -4 in for the x, and I'll leave my b as a b. Now what happens when I take 3/4 times -4? Good, that 3/4, the 4's on the bottom. My -4, that 4's on the top, so they cancel. So I have 5 equals -3 plus b. Add 3 to both sides, and I get b equals 8. So my equation is y equals 3/4 x plus 8. Y equals mx plus b. Let's graph and check our work. So the first thing I graph, is it the point or the slope? Okay, it's the y-intercept, the point, so I put that at 8. Then I have a slope of 3/4. Rise 3, run 4. Okay, that puts me right off the graph, so I'm going to go down 3, back 4 for my other points. And I've got this line right here. Let's check it against the information that was given. The slope is 3/4. Does that look like a slope of 3/4? Yeah, it kind of does. I mean, it's positive and it's close to 1. Okay, it goes to the point -4, 5. Let's come see where -4, 5 is. Yes, it's on the line, so it does match. Okay, now that's the next topic.